does talk about crypto in his new interview. Listen to what he has to say. I also have a great Ralph Paul clip. There is also information from the IMF that talks about tokenization that is going on right now. A lot of stories about ISO, SWIFT, and Canada moving to blockchain as well. Guys, this video has a lot. Let's begin this way. Please click like if you find this useful. Let's go. Crypto. I want it. I believe in crypto because China will do it if we don't. It's also new. A lot of people like it. It's really hot. If you look at the market, that stayed much stronger when the market went down than other parts of it. But I want crypto because millions of other people do too. I don't know if you know this, but Biden went after it violently and then changed his mind right before the election. Everyone changed their minds when he became head of the SEC. Do you know why? Because there are hundreds of millions of people who use crypto and they wanted votes from those people. Please listen carefully. What Trump just said is 100% true, right? The Democrats tried to change their minds at the last minute because they knew that being against crypto was unpopular. It didn't work. 50 million people in the US own crypto and want to safely take part in this environment. That's why we need the people we vote for to do their jobs, pass laws, and let this market go. Raoul Paul says, guys, this feels like 2013. We are about to make a move up that will go down in history. You need to get ready. Get ready. I get it. Our cycle top sign is a long way from where it should be. So low that it's almost like we were in 2013 before the biggest bull run ever. I can't promise that, but that's what I'm saying. Based on the odds, things are looking very good for the future. Don't see any reason to be afraid. And finally, the infamously dull ozone charts. The idea behind it is the same. It is not a secret. There is more debt than ever before. The bills are being rolled over. The same thing is being done. There is no connection between each cycle and a half cycle. The liquidity cycle and paying off bills are what make it all happen. Here's what we get in each phase. The first banana zone, banana number 1. The second banana zone, banana number 2. And the third banana zone, banana number 3. This is where that's what took place in 2020. Quickly, I want everyone to look at these tops. If you haven't been through a bull market before, you should know how quickly they happen. As you may know, a project may reach its peak within a few days and then start to shrink. Other times it may reach its peak, then drop and try to reach the same height again. After that, there will be a double top and a dump. If you want to take advantage of these tops, you need to be ready and keep an eye on the market while they happen. Please be careful not to get FOMO. If you do everything right, we'll move on to the next level of changes. Next time, there will be a 35% drop and you'll all say, is it over? That will be harder. You'll know for sure that it's over. It's not over, even though everyone on Twitter says it is. We think that because the business cycle has been longer and interest rates have been higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that this whole thing will probably go into Q1 or Q2 of 2026, though there are no guarantees. This would also fit with Trump's plans to try to win the midterms. That means everything is set up for us. I believe it began. Don't give up. Trump will have to figure out their trade policy, tariffs, and other issues if they want to win the midterms. This is because it is unpopular with people on both sides of the line. People know that tariffs are an extra tax that they have to pay when they buy things. In other words, the government gets all of its money from American companies that pay to import goods, and then we pay those companies more. They need to figure this out. This is a big subject for everyone. I think they get that. Also, I really think that something amazing is going to happen in the next year or year and a half. I remember the market very well from 2022 because I was on holiday at the time. I took some time off. After a long break, Terra Luna happened to me in the middle of the ocean. That's what made the market really go into a bear market. You need to be careful about those black swan events. Listen up. The change to tokenization is starting now. IMF, let's pay attention. What you're doing is setting up a way for banks to tokenize their assets on this network. This is also known as data control. As an example, you can turn a money market fund into a bond, an equity, or a deposit into a token, then put that token on the network and let it move between parties. Nearly a dozen banks in Singapore are already customizing their assets on the network today. The news that Standard Street Bank is tokenizing their trade accounts came out, I think, a few months ago. The UBS Money Market Fund is becoming a tokenized fund. Partner in Ripple. It's called tokenizing at JPM. You can see that the switch is already on. And from the point of view of market efficiency, you are getting rid of a lot of the system's operational routines. So We don't want to get into the complicated legal or academic definition of what a token is. Instead, I see it as pure tech joy, complete tech delight. You take that asset and put it on the network so that you can mix the value of the asset with the ownership of the asset in one ticket. Plus, if I can set up the network correctly, you can move the object between us without having to have people match up databases. That's what's going on in Singapore. So you see this as something that could change things. This changes everything. It's been years since we talk about this on the channel, right? You knew this was going to happen. So why is this so important? I think a lot of people don't fully understand because they see crypto and hear bad stories about it. They think it's just something. However, both you and I know that when this value is tokenized, it will be added to the blockchain where it was tokenized. Okay, so if you bring in $1 trillion in debt or something like that, right? You add it to, say, the XRP system. That will make a big difference in the market cap of XRP. A lot of people think that if you bring in $1 trillion, the market cap will also go up by $1 trillion. We know, though, that even 40 or 50 million can make a huge difference in the market cap. In this case, the market cap ratio will be used. Think about having a 25 or 50x increase. You can have a market cap of $25 trillion, 0 cents, or $50 trillion, 0 cents, with just $1 trillion in value. Things are going to go crazy, like Ondo, XRP, HBAR, Algorand, Chainlink, and so on. The things that people are going to use are these. Okay, that was the IMF telling you about the papers from the World Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the BIS that talk about XRP. In other words, they need cash. Okay, they don't build their own chains because those chains don't have any cash, right? They will have to work with HBAR and go out. They will have to build these amazing communities with Ripple and the XRP ledger. Ripple works with US banks to help companies around the world. The study also looks at big financial companies in the US. The movie says that Bank of America has teamed up with Ripple. Bank of America used to have the most assets of any bank in the country. JP Morgan, which is the biggest bank in the US right now, said it had worked with other banks on research to make bulk cross-bench payments more efficient. There are a lot of big American banks that say they are going to blockchain. There it is. JP Morgan did it already. I'm not sure how else to get this across to people, but let's keep going. Important confirmation straight from Swift. No more holding up. The date for moving to ISO is set for November 2025 and will not be changed. As if this were a real worry. Was ISO's date of November 2025 going to be pushed back to 2026 or later? The news just came in that it's not going to be pushed. This is the official date. By this date, Swift and all the other big banks need to be on it. There will probably be some banks that miss the date, but the biggest ones will be on time. There are already some big ones that have made the jump. Now you should ask me, Sensei, why hasn't my crypto gone up a lot? Why don't they use it? The US banks couldn't use crypto for a while, right? There are signs that banks in Germany are beginning to tokenize value. Okay, you will see that a lot here in the US as well when you work with Ripple and the XRP.